What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Ed Barcelo, the United of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Today, guys, the NBA is back. Our Philadelphia 76ers are back in action this weekend up against the Indiana Pacers. And I figured, we've had 5 months without Sixers basketball. Let's take a little dive back in. Let's look at what we're going to look forward to for Philadelphia Sixers in this tournament here. So again, guys, if you haven't been following my channel, no MacBook, it's still in the fritz. As you guys can tell, my beautiful microphone is in the background. We're not using it. We got to use the handy dandy AirPods. Actually, not bad. I'm loving my AirPods. But so it's gonna be quick. No edits, no cuts, no graphics, no nothing. Just me giving you my real raw reaction, my real raw thoughts on how I believe the Sixers will do in this tournament here. But before we get started, guys, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help this young parcero grow. And of course, guys, don't forget to check out Philly Sports Network. Ed Parcero Philly is a proud member of PSN. Head on over to PSN for all your Philly sports needs. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. All right, guys, so before the whole world shut down with the coronavirus pandemic, in Philadelphia, there was one team that frustrated the hell out of all Philly sports fans, and that's the Philadelphia 76ers. You know, throughout the process years, we were waiting for a championship caliber team. We were waiting for our version of the Golden State Warriors. So far, hasn't been more like the Golden State Warriors. And we're still waiting for that illustrious championship that we have been waiting for since 1983. It's been a long time since the Sixers have seen a championship. But look, there's a lot of factors in with this Philadelphia 76ers team. Do we have the right pieces around our star players? Do we have the right coach? These are questions that we generally have to ask ourselves. And going to this tournament, you know, obviously we're gonna have to work with what we got. But I don't think it's far-fetched to think that the Sixers could be a dark horse for NBA Finals championship caliber team. You know, when you have superstars in this league, whether you like it or not, guys, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are getting to be, if not superstars in the NBA. You have an opportunity there to win a championship. So, first question, and this is my Booker McFarland take. How far can they go? You know, how is this team going to fare in this tournament here? That's my Booker McFarland question of the day. So there's two real big factors of why I wonder how they're going to fare in this tournament. So before this shutdown, we know that the Sixers were really good at home. Like they were dominant as hell at home, but then when they went on the road, they looked like a completely different team, and they only won 10 games on the road. Yeah, 10 games on the road. So it was a tale of two teams when we saw the Sixers play. So obviously, going to the bubble in Orlando, it's a neutral site. But the benefit is there are no fans. We know the Sixers, play well when the Sixers fans are behind them because, us Sixers fans are very demanding of our team. So they don't have the pressure of the fans home or away. So I don't know. You could take that as you want. That could be a benefit or that could be a downfall for the Sixers. But that's what I'm really going to be interested to see. Thus far in the scrimmages, it really hasn't been a factor. So I'm assuming that in going into this tournament, I think the Sixers are here for business. They know what's on the line here. They know if they don't get the job done, there could be some serious repercussions for the team. So I think that they understand that and they are here to play. But let's take a dive into this roster real quick, guys. And of course, I want to start off with Joel Embiid here. He's our best player. He's the best player on this roster. He's a leader. And if we want to get to where we want to get to, we need JoJo to be JoJo, if you know what I mean. We need him to be the troll. We need him to be that Broad Street bully, and we need him to dominate games. Like championship caliber players take over games, and I need JoJo to try to be that type of guy. You channel that inner Hakeem JoJo. You channel that in. The question though is he? How healthy is he? So he missed the last two scrimmages with calf tightness. Now the JoJo injury history is, we all know about it. He missed his first 2 seasons in the NBA. He's dealt with some nicks and knacks here and there. And it could be a little worrisome. His fitness or his health really has been a little bit of a worry. So I think that, obviously when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in this league. And we will see in the first game. It seems like he will be playing in the first game for us. We'll get to that in a second, but it's really important that JoJo has a big performance in this tournament here. Let's move on to his counterpart. Let's move on to his Robin, Mr. Ben Simmons, which he probably doesn't want to hear me call him and Robin. He's got the ego that he wants to be Batman, but let's be realistic. He's Robin here. JoJo is Batman. Ben is Robin. And the main question everyone wants to know about Ben Simmons: Ben, you gonna shoot the three? You gonna shoot at all? That's what we all want to know, and I absolutely get it. I'm not the type of person though that is going to downplay Ben Simmons' talent, because Ben Simmons is an absolute talent in the NBA. His vision on the court, his defensive prowess, his athleticism. It's not, you don't find players like Ben Simmons every day. So the only real question is, can he actually shoot the ball? Now, the main thing that is different in this tournament is that Ben Simmons got a position change. As we all know, Brett Brown has tinkered with the lineup, and now Ben Simmons has moved from the point guard to a number 4 now. It's more like a point forward, and it's going to be interesting to see how he transitions into that position. Thus far, it looked pretty well, and I think the position really benefits his skill set. He's great on the transition, like in the quick transitions game. Ben is really good at that, and he will be in a great position playing as a number 4, being able to jumpstart that quick transition. Obviously, in today's day in the NBA, everyone's looking for the quote unquote stretch 4. And to play the stretch 4, you got to shoot. So we just need Ben to be able to shoot, but if he could just get that shooting down, like having JoJo and Ben in your front court, my God, that's scary to think about. Those two guys are really good defensive players. They get boards, they create for others, and they can score on their own. So if Ben could just get that one little thing that we all been nagging about, this is going to be super dangerous. But I really think that Ben is going to flourish in his position. He doesn't have as much pressure on him. When you play that point guard position, there's a lot of pressure on you. We won't get to the guy who replaced Ben, but I think that he's going to absolutely flourish in this position as that point forward. And of course, I think Ben's still going to play point guard. There will be circumstances where Brett is going to tell Ben to, okay, now go play point guard. He's going to control the offense like he does, but I think to start off with, it is smart that we go with Ben as that point forward. And the guy who's replacing Ben Simmons at that point guard, Mr. Shake Milton. The Shake, man. Shake had a great couple games before the shutdown. So we all know Ben was out with the injury, the back injury, which thrusted Shake Milton to jump into the starting line to play that point guard position. And he actually looked pretty solid playing the point guard position. Obviously, we all remember the Clippers game where he absolutely went off. And that's a real question mark. Can Shake handle playing the point guard position night in and night out? I personally think I saw enough in those couple games before the shutdown to think that he can absolutely play that point guard position. He's got 4 other talented players that could score the basketball. He just has to do his job. Don't overcomplicate things, and I feel really confident. I know he did not look the hottest in the scrimmages, but it's still scrimmages, guys. The Phillies look really good in their scrimmages before the baseball season, and we all know how that Miami Marlins series looked before their shutdown. So don't read too much in the scrimmages. I feel really confident about Shake. I'm ready for him. This lineup is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Another question here too that I have with the starting lineup: Tobias Harris. He's going to be playing the number 3, and I think that with his shooting skill set, I think this is a perfect position for him. So we all know that when Jimmy Butler left, it left a void as who is the closer. 30 seconds left on the clock. Who's going to get that ball to get that game winner or that game tire? Toby has been entrusted into that role as the quote-unquote closer, and I want to know, can he actually be that? Because there was a time throughout the season where he was looking lethal. He was averaging 20 points a game. He had a couple 30 spots a couple nights. He looked really good, but then he would disappear and he would, be shooting bricks. So can he get back to can he be consistent? That's all I want to know. Can Tobias Harrison consistently be that leading scorer? Because he's the only guy that can shoot from anywhere on the court for the Sixers, and we're going to trust a lot on him. It's weird because obviously Ben and JoJo are the stars here, but he, if you think about it, is the most important player because we're going to rely on him in crucial moments to make some baskets. So I'm going to be interested to see how he handles that pressure. Next thing I want to know, what is the bench going to look like here? So obviously starting lineup, Shake Milton, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and JoJo. But what's the bench going to look like? And that's crucial. You need a good bench to go far in this league. And I really do like the bench. So obviously the sixth guy coming off, I believe, will be Al Horford. Everyone wants to talk about that contract, but I think him coming off the bench for Joel Embiid is going to be fantastic. Like you get JoJo for however many minutes, and then Al Horford comes off the bench. That's tough to stop there. And then I think that after that, obviously you look at Matisse Thybulle, and shouts out to Matisse Thybulle. Those vlogs are molto bene. They are absolutely spectacular, so entertaining, and I love his personality. But on the court, Matisse does absolutely everything right. But obviously, he's still really young. He's still a rookie, and he just needs to learn the consistent shooting game and to be able to create a shot for himself. But I think that once he develops, he could be that guy. He'd be that guy to create a shot for himself, a great winger. Obviously, he plays stifling defense, and he provides energy to this Sixer team. So I'm really going to be interested to see what he does. Furkan, I want to say he's going to be the next guy off the bench, but he did not have a good, I guess what you call training camp. He did not look good at all. Obviously, the Dallas game really what stuck out to me. He got absolutely destroyed by what feels like a 50-year-old JJ Barea. And he looked bad. It really looked bad. But listen, when Furky's on, he is on. And you can't not take advantage of the ability he has. He can shoot the ball when he's on. So right now, I think that he will be coming off the bench as well, right behind Matisse Thybulle. And then I think after that, you got Glenn Robinson, who I think that is going to play as that backup four. I think he can defend well as that four spot, and he's good on the pick and roll. And I think Alec Burks, I think he proved his case to be the backup point guard behind Shake and Ben Simmons. And he also is good on the pick and roll. He's got a little shooting, got a nice little jumper too. So that I like our bench. Obviously it's not the strongest bench out there, but I think it's serviceable, and I think if these guys can just play as a unit, then they will be able to go far. So I really feel comfortable with the Sixers lineup here. It's all going to come down to how bad does this team want it? Are they really for real? And also Brett Brown. I know Brett's gotten a lot of criticism in the past couple seasons, and I get it. I completely get it. I'm a Brett Brown guy, but criticism is well deserved here. Can he lead this team? Obviously, he's made some bad decisions in playoffs. You could even just watch, we could just pull up right now the JJ Redick and Jimmy Butler interview on JJ's podcast, and you can clearly tell, as a leader, he can be questionable at times. But this is do or die for Brett Brown. I genuinely think, and I know we just went through a pandemic, and it's kind of tough to let people go. But if Brett does not deliver here, the Sixers need to either make it to the finals, or they need to take a good team in the Eastern Conference Finals to 7 games for him to come back next season. And I hate to say that, because it really sounds fucked up to fire someone after what we just went through, but he's been in Philly since 2013. He's had 7 years now to try to prove his case that he can be a championship caliber coach. So we will see what he can do, but obviously he's on the hot seat as well. We will see what happens with our coach Brett Brown. And I really hope he does it. I really hope he does it. I want him to shut the critics up and prove that he's a good coach, because he knows how to get the most out of these players. But sometimes, you just need some more. You need to build more structure with your team. All right, guys, I want to look at the schedule here. So obviously we play 8 games before we get into the NBA final playoffs, and I want to give you every team that we play, and I'm going to give you my prediction on whether we win or lose. So I have it all in front of me here now. Obviously, on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, tomorrow night, we will play against the Indiana Pacers, who do have Victor Oladipo back. But at the end of the day, I think the Sixers are for real, and I think that we will just absolutely stifle them defensively. I think the Sixers will win against the Pacers. That brings us to 1-0 against the Spurs. This is obviously not the same Spurs team that we all grew up on. I think that's another win there. It's 2-0. Wizards. Now, look, the Wizards do give us problems in Washington. This is a neutral site. The Wizards absolutely don't have no business being in this tournament. So I got 3 wins there, 3-0. Now the next matchup is really tough for me because obviously we got the Orlando Magic here, and the Orlando Magic really give us problems here, and we are in Orlando. I think we're gonna lose. I got a loss there. I think the Sixers will get back to earth, and they will lose theirs to bring in their record to 3-1. The Trailblazers, they are actually playing at the moment now, and they looked really good against the Grizzlies. So the game is not over yet, but it's a tough one too. Obviously, Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony looks good. Carmelo looks like retro Carmelo right now. But yeah, I got a loss too. I'm gonna go 3-2 there, a loss for the Sixers. Suns and Sixers, I think the Sixers will win that game as well. A little revenge from earlier in the season. Raptors and Sixers, ooh, that's tough too. Yeah, I think the Sixers at that point will be rolling, and I think that they will get the W there. So that will bring us to 5-2. Last but not least, Sixers and Rockets. Damn. That's gonna be a great test for us, and that's gonna be the last game going into the playoffs. And I think that we are going to get a win. I think we're gonna at that moment, that last game for this quote unquote regular season, we will be ready, and against the Rockets will be a great test going into the playoffs. So I think that we will win. So I think the Sixers will finish 6-2 in this little quote unquote finishing regular season. And I mean, that would be great to see, right? Great to see the Sixers go 6-2. So I will be really, really, really ecstatic. So listen, right now we are in the 6th seed. We have an opportunity to move up in the seedings. I personally, I'm okay with being at the 6th seed, but the problem is I just don't want to move up too much. There's 2 teams I'm trying to avoid here, right? So I'm trying to avoid the Milwaukee Bucks, which we probably will avoid. We'll see what happens the second round and in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I'm trying to avoid the Miami Heat. I do not want to play the Heat. The Heat are a good team, very disciplined. They're hungry. They're super hardworking, and that's the type of team that can give us fits. But the Raptors, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the Celtics. I think we will jump the Pacers. I think I'm not worried about the Magic, the Nets, or the Wizards. So in the Eastern Conference, only the Bucks and the Miami Heat are really the only teams that worry me. So we will see, we'll obviously see what happens if we face those teams. But those are the 2 teams that I'm really, really not looking forward to. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Sixers basketball is back. I love Sixers basketball. Every time I watch Sixers basketball, it's always a great time. But guys, that's all I got for you today. In the comments below, let's talk some Sixers basketball. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Sixers. What do you think they will do, and what is the one thing you think the Sixers need to do in order to win the NBA Finals in this NBA is Back tournament here? Thanks so much for watching again, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy out. Don't forget to check out Philly Sports Network as well. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check that out. Again, I go by the name of El Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys, trust the process. Trust it.